Hello! It is now the end of 2025 and I just want to do a little bit of a Q&A to end the year. I asked you guys to leave me some questions in my community post and so I will be answering them. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. About your college projects, what inspired you to start it and make music and animations? What was your goal, your inspiration, and what are you planning for the future? That is a lot of questions. Let's start with the college project. Well, let's just say I started my college project simply because I kind of have to do it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not so in tune with my college anymore. I'm not really that passionate in my college. It's just that I'm so far deep in that, quitting is a waste of money. So I guess I'm gonna have to finish this. So my college project started out of necessity because I kind of have to do it. And for what inspired me to start and make music, it's a lot of the artists I listen to. I listen to a lot of musicians and I love music. Music is for me like one of the best thing that we human have ever come up with. Music and art is something that connects us all, and I just love music. And for animation, I want to tell stories. Let's just say that. Like, I have a lot of stories in my mind, I have a lot of ideas, and for me to, make them come true, well, I have animations as a medium. Of course, we have other stuff as well, like real life short film, stuff like that. But I do find animation to be a lot more freeing. I'm more of a lone wolf type person. Like, I'm more of a one man army type shit. Where I kind of just make stuff by myself. I prefer making stuff by myself. Of course, I sometimes do collaborate with other creators, but I do prefer doing stuff my own because I feel like for most of my life, I've basically been making stuff by myself, and it kind of just stuck like that, and that's just my workflow at this point. So that's why I stuck with animation because I can just do that myself instead of having like an actor or something. And for what I'm planning for the future, I have a lot to plan. Well, actually, I don't know. I am planning on just continuing across the world. I also want to make more music, make more songs. But that's it for now. I don't really have like a big plan yet. Where did the idea to have Noel and Bertley start a YouTube channel come from? I I've been thinking of doing Noel and Bertley like kind of series for a long time now, ever since like I've done the first They Don't Care About You Ralsei story. I've been thinking of doing like Noel or Bertley. I think the idea to have Noel and Bertley start a YouTube channel is just for world building reasons, for cross world, because I wanted to format the series as if Noel is making a YouTube video. And to make it make sense in the world building of the series, I decided that they will make a YouTube channel. And I do also think that they would make a YouTube channel, especially Noel. Because if you've seen like Noel's blog, it would also make sense that Noel will start a YouTube channel. And for Bertley, well, same thing. It will also make sense if he would make a YouTube channel specifically to flex his gaming skills. So it would make sense. So that's why I kind of make it. It's mostly because of world building reasons. I don't really know where the idea came from. It just popped into my head. What inspired you to animate? How do you think Deltarune will end up like? What's your favorite scene and part from Deltarune so far? And what's your favorite Deltarune OST? What inspired me to animate? Cartoons. I'm inspired to animate because of the cartoons I watch. I love cartoons. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a huge cartoon fan. Although, to be honest, I think like compared to most people, I don't really watch that much cartoon. But I will tell you this: my favorite cartoons are like Avatar: The Last Airbender, SpongeBob, at least the early seasons, and Adventure Time. So I've always wanted to make cartoons. I've always wanted to make cartoons and tell a story through the animation medium. But obviously, I don't have the budget and skill to do that yet. And I guess this is my way of doing it, especially with my Ralsei and Susie series. It's kind of like a cartoon in a way for me. So yeah, I've always wanted to make cartoons. So this is what inspired me to animate. How do you think Deltarune will end up like? I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea. Uh, I have no thoughts. What's your favorite scene and part from Deltarune so far? I would say, uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been a while since I've touched like Deltarune, so I don't really remember much. But I think the part I can remember from the top of my head that I liked was like the Tenna stuff. I loved chapter 3 because it's just unique, right? It's like a bunch of mini games. I love those kind of stuff. So I would say it's the Tenna stuff. And my favorite Deltarune OST is the third Sanctuary. Really great soundtrack. So yeah. Who's your favorite Deltarune character and why? What's your favorite song by Toby Fox? What other games do you like? Is your music available on SoundCloud? Let's answer them one by one. My favorite Deltarune character is Ralsei and Susie. And the reason why, well, I mean, I guess you can just watch my series and that kind of can tell you why I love these characters. What's your favorite song by Toby Fox? And that would be Hopes and Dreams. And also the Third Sanctuary. What other games do you like? I like Before Your Eyes. Before Your Eyes is very good. It's a very good story game. I literally cried on that game. I also play a lot of Minecraft, so that is probably another one that is in the list. I also played a lot of Stardew Valley, although not anymore. Not right, not currently. I don't really play it right now, but I do know that back then, or I guess even a couple months back, I did play it a lot. Fun fact: I am in the FNAF community as well. I'm a fan of FNAF. Great stuff. Although I'm not really a fan of like the new FNAF games, like the mimic stuff or the security breach. Not really a big fan of those. I'm more of an old school fan, but I do like the characters of the new one, like Glamrock Freddy and like the other gang. But yeah, I'm more of an old school fan of FNAF, but I am a big fan of FNAF. Is your music available on SoundCloud? Yes, but only the old ones. I only have my old songs there on SoundCloud. What inspired you to start animating Deltarune? It's those animations on YouTube, like those sprite animations that you can find on YouTube. That kind of inspired me to make my own. But also, again, the whole thing of I have an idea in my head and I want to express it, I want to make it come true. And so I did. I made it come true. I made my ideas come to life. So there's that, I suppose. What software do you use to animate these beautiful Deltarune animations, especially the pixel animation? And on a side note, how long does it take to make each videos? The software I use to animate is Blender, and each video takes mostly a week to make. I don't really do like a month of animation. I kind of just finish them in like a couple days. I do have this like workflow of like this really quick workflow. I think I just gotten used to the quick, kind of rushed, to be honest, kind of rushed like workflow. Because I know most people will take at least like more than a week to animate one scene. I take no time at all and I kind of just like quickly make them. That's why like you can see from my animations in They Don't Care About You and some other stuff as well that they are very minimally animated. They're pretty minimal like in terms of animation. Um, it's because of that. Because I am working on a time crunch that I don't really have to, but at the same time, I know people are waiting to see the next part, and so that kind of put pressure on. Okay, let's get this as quickly as possible. Um, so yeah, I guess each video takes a week to make, sometimes less. What was the thing that ultimately led to you making Deltarune character stories? It's okay if the answer is just I just got into Deltarune and wanted to explore the various characters. By the way, doesn't have to be anything super complex. Well, thanks for saying that because that is exactly the reason why I did it. I want to explore the characters. Like I want to explore their insecurities and like some other stuff about their characters that maybe the game haven't fully explored yet. And I guess that's the beauty of Deltarune so far is that it's not finished. It's still on chapter 4 and we'll soon get like chapter 5 and more, but so far we are not even like nearing the end of Deltarune and there's still so much to explore. And I guess since there is still so much to explore, I'm doing my part of exploring these characters and what I think they go through and how I think they will grow from these insecurities and other conflicts that they have. What music artists do you listen to besides the one made by yourself? The music artists I listen to are Porter Robinson, Joji, Violet Pony, Tyler the Creator. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What tips do you have for the algorithm? Try find something that is popular right now and uh, try to replicate it, but like in your own style. I guess. I don't know. Will Crossworld have a good or bad ending for all the characters in Hometown? Also, will we see Jockington in Crossworld? No spoilers. What's the answer to life, the universe, and everything? I don't know. That's a very existential question. But I do think we have to be kind to each other and love each other. I do think that the currency of the universe is love. We living beings have all the same fate. And so, why don't we just be kind to each other? Our times are limited, so why don't we just love each other? Be kind to each other. I live by what Superman believe, and I do think that we need hope and love and to be kind. What gave you inspiration to make everything on your channel? It's the joy of creation. And I don't mean the game, but for real, really, the joy of creation. I really respect art and everything about art, and I want to leave something to this world and to everyone else that are living on this earth. Something that they could latch on, something that they could be happy about, something that could inspire people and help people, and to hopefully start a chain reaction of people helping people. Do you like the kingdom of guinea pigs? Sure. I like all animals except for bugs. Please get me away from bugs. But yeah, I love animals. When was the first time you played Deltarune and what made you play it? I've definitely played it in the same year it came out, but not in the same day it came out. What made me play it is because, well, it's an Undertale kind of game, right? It's made by Toby Fox, and I already loved Undertale, so obviously I wanted to try Deltarune as well. How long does it take for you to come up and make a song? That is really dependent on if I have anything to write on in the first place. But if I do have anything to write on, it will take at least, the longest is a week. The longest is a week to make the song. The fastest is in a day. I could make a song just in like a couple hours if I have the writing material and the right idea. But if I don't, it would take like a week, the longest, to be honest, or maybe 2 weeks, but never like in a month. I think that's a bit too long for me. Again, I work in a very fast-paced workflow. Did someone recommend you to play Deltarune or did you find it myself? I was recommended by my best friend actually. So fun fact, I played Deltarune on a school computer because my best friend installed it there, and I played it on the school computer. So it was recommended by my best friend. But it did already like interest me because obviously again it's made by Toby Fox and it's kind of like an Undertale game. So yeah, but it was recommended by my best friend to play. Like, yeah. What type of content do you see yourself developing 4 years from now? Or will you stick with the same content? I have no idea. I only have hope that I can just focus on music. Why did you suddenly start making Deltarune content and stories? Something I never saw on your channel. Are you willing to try? Okay, I'm going to answer them one by one. Why did you suddenly start making Deltarune content and stories? That's because, again, I see these characters and I feel like there's an untapped potential on on the kind of stories that could be told through these characters, and so I'm doing those, and also it got a lot of views. Are you willing to try different music styles? I feel like you repeat the same type of music really often. That is objectively kinda not true because if you actually listen to my old songs, even as the song from like earlier this year or last year, my music styles have been changing constantly. Obviously, recently my music style is the indie type songs, but I guarantee you it will change again because when I make music, it's really dependent on one, the feelings I have currently, because I do write on my feelings, and two, the type of songs I listen to currently. And currently, I listen to a lot of indie songs, but I guarantee you, it's gonna be way different. Like maybe even in a month or 2 months, you'll have to see. But even then, Crossworld is already very different, like the music style compared to They Don't Care About You and Wounds and Scars. Crossworld's music are a lot more electronic and techno than the other songs. Are you going to update the Noel notes and other things in the Google Drive? You'll see. What gave you the idea for Crossworld in the first place? Whatever did must be protected at all costs. Interloper, okay? Interloper. You gotta give credit to Interloper. Interloper is my favorite ARG of all time. Go check out Interloper. Interloper is my favorite like YouTube series of all time. Favorite ARG of all time. Whatever I'm doing cannot be compared to the Interloper. I'm just saying. So go check out Interloper. Interloper is my #1 inspiration for Crossworld. You like macaroni? Kinda. It's not my favorite thing. Is Rolsey the best? Yes. So I think that's it. That's pretty much all the questions that I could answer today. See you guys next year and see you on the flip side. See ya. Adios.